Hello. Good to see you all once more. This is a spur of the moment video. Just sitting on the porch, the beautiful rainy day. I love sunny days. I love snowy days. I love rainy days. They're all beautiful. But I've always loved the rain. It's that relaxing. Everybody loves to take a nap on a nice rainy day. Just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the cool air, the rumbling thunder. Oh, rain. To me, I like to imagine it as consciousness. Water is a symbol of consciousness. That's why you have the primordial sea or the undifferentiated sea. That was symbolized conscious. In the Bible, it said, "In the beginning, there was nothing. There was the void. There was the waters. The waters, consciousness. In the beginning, there was the great expanse. There was nothing but pure, beautiful consciousness." So water is a beautiful symbol for consciousness. Nice, lovely, rainy day has a lot of beautiful symbolism in it if you want it to be. You just choose it to be that, and it is. That's the magic of things. You just choose it, and it is. I hope I'm not getting anybody any motion sickness. Like I said, spur of the moment, didn't have tripod or anything. Just decided to make this video. Be a quick one, I believe. But water is a beautiful symbol for consciousness. Oh, a waterfall in the shower. A lot of people get their best ideas in the shower. That that lovely running water. How many people have sleep machines and they listen to rain or running water to fall asleep? It's relaxing. It's calming. Consciousness. It's relaxing. It's calming. It's bliss in a way. I like to see rain. It's just consciousness coming in. Beautiful, pure consciousness flowing from the head to the toes, just coming from that other part of you. Oh, and even it's so hypnotic and relaxing. It just, oh, it's caring in a way. It's just this acceptance and gratitude of this beautiful flowing. Mm. Oh, it's delightful. But then in a thunderstorm, as they call it, a rainstorm that has thunder. I even find that beautiful. Consciousness comes in. It comes in and starts moving energy. It starts making changes. It takes all that stuck energy. You can see that as thunder, as that going off, as it releases all that old stuck energy within you. As long as you just sit back and allow it. No work needs to be done. That's the beauty of allowing. There's nothing to work on anymore. You just allow consciousness, like rain, to flow, come into you. Your consciousness, nobody else's. It's your consciousness, yourself. Flow into you, and it just moves everything out of the way that isn't in service of consciousness of that. You say consciousness comes in, it brings with it your highest potentials. So, no, you go from. That's why there's the old saying, "Let go of expectations," because expectations comes from the mind, it comes from thought, it comes from all the dissecting and tearing things apart, putting them into categories of good and bad, of this happened to me in the past, this is what might happen to me in the future, that the mind creates and tries to plan the life. It tries to come up with a mental ego or identity of what the future is, could be, all that kind of junk. Instead, you just allow the consciousness, like beautiful rain. I don't have to work to make the rain fall. It just happens. If the if all the things in the atmosphere, if all the conditions are correct, rain just happens. You don't have to work at it. I know a lot of people who try rain dances and meditations and things to try to make it rain, and that can work to a small degree. But it's natural. Rain is natural, and it just like everything else on this planet, weather follows consciousness. It mirrors consciousness. It reflects. It is energy reflecting its consciousness back to consciousness in a way. Well, it's a mouthful trying to say what it is, but oh, it's just beautiful consciousness. You don't have to work at it. You just sit back and you enjoy the consciousness. You don't think about what it's going to do. I don't have to sit here and think, well, what is this water going to do when it gets here? Is it going to evaporate? Is it going to go into the soil and feed the grass and the trees, leave little puddles for birds to bathe and drink from? I don't have to think about all those things. It just happens naturally. It takes care of itself. That's why it's called nature. It's natural. It just happens. It is effortless. And enlightenment is the same way. You just allow that rain, that consciousness to come in. You stop trying to control it. You stop putting up dams and dikes and trying to take the water somewhere it didn't need to go. It's just where the mind thought it needed to go. It's, you let go of all that mental infrastructure, all that bullshit. And you just allow the dam take, like a little dike boy. He goes, puts his thumb in the dike and holds the water. You take your finger out of that dike. You just allow the water to start to come again. The water symbolizing consciousness. You start letting it flow throughout you. You start letting it nurture, like water nurtures the grass, nurtures the trees, nurtures the birds, all the animals who need drinks, who drink out of those lovely puddles after a beautiful rainstorm. Cools everything down. It slows everything down. As someone who's worked retail a lot of his life, I know when I would work a retail job, when it rained, business was slower. No one wants to leave their house, and it would just get dead for a while. It slows things down. It has that nurturing, beautiful thing. So, okay, let's take a moment. Let's pause and reflect. Consciousness loves to reflect itself, loves to see itself. You just allow it. I don't have to go and work at it. That's really what this is about. No longer need to work at it. You allow it to come to you. You realize you're radiating, and it's coming back into you. Instead of fighting it like you have been your entire life and all the lifetimes on this planet, going into friction with it, fighting it, trying to design your lives, trying to design everything about your world, you let go. In other words, that's the old, you surrender, but I'd say more accurately, you just start to allow. You stop the fight. You stop that inward battle with yourself by making a conscious choice. Then you don't have to even work at doing that. You allow it. You're just aware. Take a deep breath and allow it. You're aware, yeah, when it comes up, you start to be aware of it. You say, I can make a conscious choice to go into that cycle of energy. Or I can say, I choose not to. I choose just to allow that energy, realize it's not mine, unless I choose it to be mine. You just allow it to play out its cycle, and you just observe it. And over time, that energy, the gravity of it, that force of it, loosens and stops pulling you back in as often. Till at some point, even when that happens, even when you get that light echo of that fierce energy that used to be there, you're so aware of it and you're so conscious of it, you just choose something else. You choose, that's funny. That's anxiety, that's fear, that's whatever it is. And you just say, it's there. That's old. That's not mine. It's just there. It's old energy playing out a little bit of a cycle. It's dissipating. You just walk on with your life. You make your conscious choice and you just go do something else. Maybe have a good laugh about it. You don't try to fix it. You don't try to start talking to yourself, oh, poor cycle of energy, let me heal you, or any of this bullshit. You just say, no, it's there. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not good. It's not bad. It was just a friction of energy I created as an experience. And now I choose a different experience. So I'm done with that. You let it go. It's kind of that simple. There's no process really to each other than you allow, you're aware, and can't stop laughing. You allow, you're aware, and you take a breath every once in a while. Oh, so that's it. That's the beauty of allowing. Beautiful beauty of rain. It's a great reminder. Oh, I don't have to work at it. I don't have to try. It's natural. It's organic. It just happens. I didn't have to go out today and pray to the clouds to make it rain. I'm not here trying to say, oh, it should rain for 5 minutes and stop, or rain for 10 minutes, or we should get 3 inches or 4 inches or 5 inches of rain. I need this volume. I don't have anything that. I'm just out here and enjoying the experience of the rain. That's it. I'm not here like, well, trying to demand it, trying to control it, trying to manipulate it into being something. I'm just allowing it to be natural rain. I have no expectation. It could thunder here in 5 seconds. It could stop raining in 5 seconds. It doesn't matter. Just allow it to be its natural process. Let go of the expectations. Like when the expectations come, just be aware of it. It's like, oh, it's not mine unless I choose it. And move on with your life. Go do whatever the fuck you want. Oh, oh, the simplicity of it, like the ease of it. Yes, those thunder clouds are going to boom. Sometimes they're going to be real close. That lightning's going to strike from your feet away from you, and you're going to feel that anxiety, that tension. Like, oh shit, what was that? If you ever been outside and lightning hit close to you, you know that oh shit you're feeling you get. Yeah, that's going to happen. Consciousness is stirring things up. It's getting things unstuck because consciousness wants to guide you to your highest potential. It won't force you. It'll just say, hey, the highest potential is this way. All you have to do is follow yourself, follow your own light. So if you do that, all you do is be. You exist, you radiate that light, and it radiates back to you, your highest potential. Automatically, without ever, the highest potential is your highest abundance, your highest joy, highest everything, your highest experience. And instead of fighting it, like most humans on this planet do, they fight their highest potential because they have fears, so they don't understand it. They don't have that knowingness because some people come in with that knowingness. There's a story of John Lennon. John Lennon had a quote from an interview probably back in the '70s. They talked to he didn't. John Lennon didn't do well in school. He skipped school. He didn't go to classes. He almost got kicked out several times. Ended up in an art college. And they asked him, "Well, why didn't you take your school serious?" John Lennon just said, "I had a knowingness that I wouldn't need. I just knew I was going to be famous. I knew I was going to be a rock star. I just knew. I had this knowingness that there was no question." So when it came like, oh, you need to be here for this, or I need to be on time for this class, or I need to do this homework, he said, I just didn't give a shit. I knew it wasn't important to me. They would not. All the teachers and his aunt Mimi would come to him and say, "Hey, John, you need to work hard. This you're going to end up with a horrible life. You're not going to get this, not going to get that. Blah blah blah. You need to study hard. You need to put more effort in your school." And John said, "They were telling me this, but I just knew it was nonsense." He had this knowingness he came in with. He just knew. You could say the same way. He met Paul McCartney one day, who's another member of the Beatles. He had a knowing. He just knew he had to work with this person. There was a knowingness that's just there. That I had it in my life for certain things, but some people will come in with very limited knowledge. John Lennon knew about this, knew about that, but a lot of other things he had to go off the seat of his pants for. He just didn't have that connection. There was, certain energies he brought in with him to give him those knowings, so he could have the experience that he desired to have. Going off here. So consciousness brings a knowing. It's that nos. It brings wisdom of the soul with it. You just have to allow. You just allow that rain to fall. You allow it to nurture the grass. You allow the tree. You allow it to rain. You allow it to shine. You allow it to rain. You allow it to shine. You allow the different cycles and energies that. Oh, I feel bliss. Oh, I feel down. I feel my body aches. It hurts. All that fun stuff. Then next day, oh wow, I just feel light and full of energy. Oh, it's a cycle of energies. You just be aware of it. And okay, I'm just going from that day and night cycle, or that sunny day to cloudy day. The clouds are always going to pass. So will the sun. Sun will always be covered up by a cloud every once in a while. To have that, you need both, because if you don't have the rain or you don't have the sun, how the hell is a tree supposed to grow? It wouldn't. This be a barren planet. It'd either be too hot and scorchy, or it'd just be cold. But either way, it would be almost lifeless. So you just embrace that for now, that cycle. You're like, oh fuck, oh I feel like crap. You're like, oh great, I feel like crap. Now I don't prefer it. I don't like it. I would prefer to have energy. But you know what? This is leading me to my highest potential. It might take a while. Yes, it takes longer than the human wants it to. It takes a while, and I gotta go through. And it's like by the end, you're like, God damn, how many things can I clear? It's like, God damn, I didn't know I had this much fucking problems. I think I felt better about myself before I started this enlightenment. I didn't realize all this baggage shit I was carrying around with me. That's how I can feel some days. You're like, oh fuck, I'm more aware. Oh fuck, I'm more aware. You gotta just laugh about it. It's funny. Don't take it so seriously. Have a laugh about life. You lost your job. Laugh about it. Why get so serious and get so frictiony? Because everything's leading you to your highest potential. You don't know how it is. Yes, it's uncomfortable at times because you're clearing out all this bullshit, and you have all these changes that have to happen. And changes can mean losing your job, having a house burned down, getting in a car wreck, things that are not so fun. A lot of people who've gone through awakening have already gone through a lot of that stuff. I happened to me. It doesn't always have to be that dramatic, but then your four spheres comes, you think it's going to be super dramatic. You'll probably make it more dramatic than it actually the experience would be. Oh, the human mind, a beautiful and unwieldy thing at times. I guess I'm going to end the video here. The point of this video is just allow. Take a deep breath every once in a while. Allow. Oh, be aware. That's it. That's the only responsibility that the human part of you has for enlightenment. The soul, the I exist, all that is everything else is taken care of by your awareness, by your consciousness, by your light. And right now you don't really even see it as yours. You kind of think it's yours. Well, that's when the fun starts happening. You realize I am that I am. You come back to that awareness of your own consciousness. That it's you. It's not this thing you talk about. It's not this thing you study about or you break into diagrams or try to figure out. It simply is I am. It's me. And then you know thyself. You are aware, enlightened, whatever you want to call it. It's that simple. Then when that happens, that's a big change within you. It starts, all those cycles start up clearing all the crap. Even after you're like, you think the crap's, yeah, the crap clearing doesn't end with enlightenment. That's just like, yeah. That usually the first crap is just to get you healed enough so you can accept yourself. Then it comes all the, all right, now you're aware of yourself. You can just, that brings light in a different way, and it comes in service to you. You start radiating differently because you realize yourself, and that brings in new energies, new storms of thunder, and sunny days too, to just clear out all the bullshit. Because you know I exist, I am. And you might even doubt it, but you're like, you'll doubt it for a minute, but no, I can feel it. It's just there, and then that starts, lots of fun energies, getting things moved around. All right, guys. I talked longer than I thought. We'll see if this even works. This camera likes to cut audio out. Y'all have a wonderful day, guys. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the rain.